Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it live again here tonight on the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode side of things. Just got done racing at Sonoma a little less than a half hour ago. Unfortunately, we had DNF for the fourth time this season. I had a little contact there on the restart to the beginning of stage number 2. We had to start all the way at the back of the pack. We initially, just a couple corners into the restart, there was a big stack up on the inside lane going into the carousel. And we had gotten into the back of John Hunter Nemechek. We were virtually stopped with about 3 other cars on the inside. Put a hole in the radiator there, so there was some damage. And then in the midst of still working our way through traffic, battling for around 15th, 16th position, Tyler Reddick and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the first hairpin corner towards the top of the hill at Sonoma had made a little bit of contact. They ran wide above the curbing, and I was trying to shoot the gap, and when I was in the process of doing that, got alongside Stenhouse. Stenhouse tried to force his way back onto the racetrack, hit us and sent us right into the inside retaining wall, knocking us out of the race for good. Unfortunately, it was our first career last place finish, but we're trying to bounce back. A rough go of things. Michigan 27th, last at Sonoma. We need to get things back on the right track here at Chicagoland for the Camping World 200. Again, this is just a 50% race. With that, 4 times tire wear and fuel consumption as well. So, I mean, maybe this could work out for us. The only other time we did this was at Martinsville a few races ago, and we finished 11th. So it could end up working out for us somewhat here today. We do need to finish top 15 in this 4-race stretch. Not a good qualifying effort, though, either. Qualified 35th here today. We'll see. We'll see. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. failed optical scanning station multiple times, so he has to start at the rear of the field. Sure enough, right there in the final row with us. Well, towards the final row with us. We did qualify. We might as well have not have, considering how far back we are. Joey Logano will be on the pole after winning both stages and the race at Sonoma. That was his second win of the season. Oni, Jason Games, Jackson Thomas, R6, Kyle Larson fan. Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Are you ready?
Green flag in the air. Race 2 of the doubleheader is underway. Trying to side draft Nemechek off the initial start here. Only 39 laps in stage 1. It's going to be a very aggressive race for most of these drivers, knowing they only have half the length to race. Making these stages shorter. Making the race shorter. Only 15 to 16 laps is all you can go on fuel. Broaden it out a little bit more. 14 to 16 laps will likely be the window. Martin Truex Jr. gets out ahead of Logano. Logano was able to lead lap 1. Michael Turner, Patrick Shadley, welcome on in as well. As a partial owner of Channel Racing, how do I send a bill for damages to Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? That's hilarious. Hilarious comment on that one. I don't know. Should have sent it to him out the window with him starting out towards the back with us. Kevin Harvick quickly going to jump out to the lead now on Truex. Going to be the 3rd different leader in the first 3 laps of the race. Could see some tire failures here tonight, not because of this being a very abrasive racetrack on tires, but because of only having 15% wear total. It'll be interesting to see if we get any long green flag runs in this one. 85 on the engine, 85 on the aero, 85 on the suspension here tonight. Over $600,000 in the bank. About a third of the way to getting that engine power up to a 90, but already struggling early. The Achilles heel for Schneider has Coke 600 earlier on in the year. Just a little less than a handful of races ago. But outside of that, he is not done so hot. They'll finish better than 15th outside of that Coke 600 on mile and a half. So they ran at Las Vegas, Atlanta, Homestead, Texas, obviously Charlotte, Kansas, and now Chicagoland. So we've got a lot of mile and a halves under our belt. It is going full throttle around this racetrack. Did loosen the car up a little bit from where it was in qualifying. Maybe settling himself as the leader here early. Already down to 45% on that right front tire very early into this run. Schneider's going to try to go to the outside now through turns 3 and 4. He had to lift a little bit. It was a little tight on the outside groove for him. Try the outside through 3 and 4 now. He's going to get maybe less stress into that right front tire. This race car is not looking fast early at all. Unfortunately. Thanks for that, Roman. Appreciate it as always. Reynes, welcome into race 2. Jason Gaines decided to be nice to me. So they're starting to catch the back of this field now. He's got a big run on Chad Fincham to the outside off the exit of turn 2. Going to side draft him a little bit. Now cuts down in front. Underneath Joey Gason to turns 3 and 4. And we get our first caution of the race. Very quickly into this one as well. Only lap number 9, but we get our first caution. Kevin Harvick out in front. Everybody's going to hit pit road. Another half around a wedge coming out of the 99 car. 5% more tape and 2 pounds of air pressure all the way around. Major adjustments here early to try and get this car up to speed as quickly as they can for the short run. Need to do something. Happened at Sonoma. Yeah, unfortunately we DNF'd. Plain and simple there. We got into a wreck that we were involved in, obviously, but we did not start by any means. Reddick and Stenhouse made contact off the exit of the hairpin in front of us. And when I tried to shoot the gap underneath Stenhouse, he worked his way back into the racing groove, and we were already underneath him, and it shot us into the inside wall. So unfortunately, that's how our day came to an end. Nobody DNF'd after that first caution of the race. Cole Custer may have been involved because he is restarting last all of a sudden. Schneider's just kind of hoping these startup changes are going to help.
Stay low, stay low.
Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Kevin Harvick stuck on the outside. Brad Keselowski gets the lead. 4 wide off of turn 4 up towards the front of the field as they make it through the exit of the corner. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles quite often in this early race. Means we did not get a chance to do it at Sonoma at all today due to the DNF in the first 30 laps. We never had a caution for incident up until the wreck that Schneider had brought out there. Right around lap 30. It was a pretty clean race up until then. Fortunate to see that come to an end pretty early. Kirkville, welcome. From the NASCAR Fantasy League. There you go. Thanks for doing that. You can get more than 10 people when the playoffs begin. Pretty cool. Getting Hamlin out of the race lead. It's going to be tough to try to pull off major pit strategy in this race today with the shorter stages, the shorter fuel window as well. But we'll see. Already having that first caution lap 9, that could just set the tone for this one as well. Got the Pocono doubleheader coming up next. Welcome to Leave Crypto, you won't win that. The competitive nature that is the NASCAR, the KRC NASCAR Fantasy League. Schneider didn't seem like he lost as much time here, and now we get another. Oh, the car barrel rolling in the grass. About 3 cars scattered in the middle of the corner. Brendan Gaughan went barrel rolling in the middle of turns 1 and 2 in a nasty accident here at Chicagoland. And already our second caution of the race. No adjustments this time. Schneider's going to hit pit road. Means he's at the rear of the field. Might as well top off on fuel as well. Joey Gase going to do the same. Everybody else going to stay out. Not sure how that happened. Brendan Gaughan barrel rolls through turns 1 and 2, and his day is going to come to an end. 2 or 3 other cars involved. Green flag back in the air. Here at Chicagoland. 2 early cautions. What was that? I love that comment because it's a NASCAR video game. It's not a real race. Get out the stretcher. Put him in a body bag.
Stay low, stay low.
Pretty wide down the backstretch goes Schneider underneath Haley, who had a lot of damage from that accident. Fincher trying to pinch him down, getting into the corner now. Joey Gase up high, also on pressured tires, just gets to the outside of the 99. Go back to Alden maybe through the different camera angles again. Gase and Schneider are going to have a couple laps more on fuel than these leaders, but literally only a couple laps more. The shorter fuel window, we'll see how that's going to play out. Everybody still has to pit before the end of the stage. Schneider and Gase are about 4 laps short. 2 super early cautions. One nasty wreck in turns 1 and 2.
Stay low, stay low.
They're wide underneath Custer and Chastain into turn 1. Gase way down low. Sandwich now in the middle of Schneider, 3 wide. Gives a push to Austin Dillon. Barely cleared Custer off the exit of the corner. All the way up high. Near the wall. 4 wide off of turn 4. Contact. Suarez gets into Schneider. There just wasn't enough room to go 4 wide off the exit of the corner, but they made it somehow, even with a little contact between the 96 and the 99. Race is wild early. Schneider still got McDowell underneath him, goes full throttle that time. The 3 and 4 to power ahead of the Love's 34 machine. And down to the apron through the tri-oval he goes. Knowing he's that close on fuel at the end, I wonder if he can go fuel only on top of gaining track position right now. Maybe right side tires only to try and gain some extra track position and maybe get himself in position to get some stage points here at stage 1. Much needed out. The last 2 races have gone for this 99 team. 27th and last with no stage points in either one of those races. He's trying to get inside the top 10 in points to get some more playoff points going his way. But even after that rough Michigan race, he was still 14th and only 45 back, but he's likely over race worth the points out now. Still got races to catch up, though, that's for sure. It's like Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s got a lot of damage from that accident. Surprised he's still in the top 25, honestly. Yeah, 90% of the time, most of these races are full races. Underneath Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, making moves. Inside the top 20 for the first time here tonight. These fresher tires, 4 times tire wear. Only 2 laps into the run extra for Schneider on these tires, but that'll be like 4 times more, so it's about 8 laps. Still not a whole lot. Again, only 8 lap pressure tires, but better than none. And now we get another caution. Right as cars were coming onto pit road, somebody got into the outside wall off of turn 4. Looks like it might have been Ryan Newman in the 6. Another yellow in stage 1, and remember, this is only a 39-lap stage. Joey Gase is going to stay out of the pits here. Schneider is going to pit. Gase is going to pit last second now, but Schneider's going to go fuel only. So definitely a strategy call here for the 99 team. And it looked like the top 6 were on pit road when the caution waved, so that's why they stay out. They'll be restarting from the lead. Green flag back in the air. They're on older tires now than everybody else, trying to get the launch. Brad Keselowski's going to give him a push down this curved backstretch. Brad now looking to go up the middle 3 wide, and he's in the sucker hole with Hamlin and Schneider around him. Schneider down to the apron now through the tri-oval. 7 laps to go in the stage after going fuel only, and he is just getting rocketed around by all these drivers on fresher tires now. Schneider's battling a little bit of a loose race car in traffic as well. He's just trying to get out of the way. Schneider's just going to drop all the way to the back. He is not worrying about stage points anymore. He is taking it super easy. And we've been seeing a lot of wrecks, well, one bad accident already now as well. Schneider does not want to risk anything here in stage 1. Four wide at the back of the pack already off the exit of turn 2 as well. Get the broom. Blaney about to sweep Atlanta. We'll see. I'm excited for this weekend knowing he won the last race there. It's another day race. The problem is that it's 400 miles, which means the race is shorter, which means the stages are going to be shorter. And Larson dominated the race, and if it was a short run to the finish, he would have been good, but he burned his tires off. Well, now he can push just as hard as what he was in the race earlier this year, knowing he will burn the tires off, but he doesn't have to go as many laps, so it won't be as big of a risk. And I would assume they're bringing the same car to the racetrack again, so Larson has to be the hands-on favorite this weekend. And I'm just going to spoil it right now. Kyle Larson's my pick to win this weekend. I've been on a hot streak, and I'm playing it safe again this week. I could go 6 out of 8 races in a stretch of predicting the right winner if Larson wins. But yeah, Larson's my pick. I usually don't spoil it, but there's no way. I mean, he could have won that race by like 12 seconds, but he burnt the tires off in the second half of the final stage. Those final 2 pit stops that we had in the race, he just kept burning the tires off. But it's not going to be that long of a green flag run. You know, per tire run because the stages are going to be shorter. So he can get away with it in this next race. Plus, it's probably going to be his last chance to win at Atlanta, considering the reconfigurations probably won't fit his driving style, but we'll see. Brought the same car to Pocono 2, and that guy. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, trouble! Car in the wall, backwards. Joey Gase. About 3 more cars involved in a crash that ends stage 1 off of turn 4. And it doesn't look like Gase is going to be able to continue. I don't know if he got any help from that. 4 cautions in stage 1. That was only 39 laps long. My goodness. All for incident, too. Pit stop's going to be coming out for the 99. Everybody's going to be pitting during the stage break. Much needed repave, but again, not so high on the reconfigurations. You guys can watch the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast to get my raw thoughts on that. I'm not going to go on my tangent right now. Green flag is back in the air. And Harvick led the field to the green after winning stage number 1. Well, to be fair, Larson still finished second in Pocono. Gotcha. Yeah, that's scary. Pocono is nothing like Atlanta either. Yeah, but I thought they brought the backup. I think they brought the backup car that he used in Pocono 1 for Pocono 2. Unless they're using that backup car from Pocono at Atlanta, I don't know. Schneider lost so much ground on that restart after spinning his tires. He's already at the rear of the field. Things have not been going his way early on. He tried to get off strategy, but all these cautions are just, I mean, they're hindering any sort of strategy any one of these drivers is going to try to put together today. He outlasted 2 drivers already, though, both from the back of the pack. Brendan Gaughan and Joey Gase are out of the race after their crashes in turn. Sorry, stage 1. Turn 1. Yeah, if this was a full race, having 4 cautions and 39 laps, we could have had a 20 caution race today. Still could, you never know. Unlimited overtimes. Figured these guys were going to be aggressive this season. It's weird because Sonoma was a pretty quiet race. I know we got in our accident, but that was the only crash we saw the whole race. The only caution we saw the whole race. Oh no, I'm not picking another winner, trust me. I'm picking Kyle Larson this weekend. I don't have him I can't use him on the fantasy team this weekend, but I can guarantee now, I'm spoiling it, he is a must-have. You guys should start him if you have him. Even if you only have 1 usage left for him this year, you need to start him this weekend. Like this if you have 1 usage left, you're not going to have a better racetrack for Larson the rest of the season that fits his driving style like Atlanta, so you might as well use him this weekend. And he might go off and you have a couple more stronger races for the end of the regular season. But this one, I can almost guarantee he's going to compete for the win, and if not, get the win. He might not even have to compete. He might just, you might just be able to give the trophy to him now. fifth caution of the race already. Only 88 laps to go, though. Again, these stages fairly equal in length. And there's only a 200 miler, 134 laps. Got some drivers at the rear of the field pitting now. That'll be on pressured tires, so Schneider's got a chance to go off strategy. These guys definitely cannot make it to the end of the stage, though. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, topping off, at least on the fuel. And 99 car will make his way onto pit road, as well as David Reagan, Chad Fitcham, and Bobby Carter. Not the only ones, too. A lot of the guys at the top of the field are going to pit as well. Kurt Busch just took the lead before the caution as well. So we've got pretty much about the top 15 or 20 stayed out, so this field is about split in half. Pink flag back in the air. Yeah, I forgot about Michigan. He has one there a couple times. Okay, so Michigan and Atlanta. If you have 2 starts left for Larson this year, use them at Atlanta and Michigan. I'd still pick him at Atlanta over Michigan, only for the sole fact that we've raced Atlanta this year, so we know he's going to be fast. Michigan, you know, maybe... I mean, you got to figure Hendrick Motorsports in their years at Michigan haven't typically been good. Johnson always had a lot of bad luck there. Gordon really never won a lot at Michigan. So might not be as safe to go with them there. Kramer, welcome to the stream. 3x3 towards the back of the pack. Schneider's got a massive one down the backstretch. 4 wide. Still 4 wide into 3. Reddick is almost in the wall after maybe some contact with the 17 of Chris Buescher. Cars rolling inside and out right now. Still 4 wide through the tri-oval. Into turn 1. Schneider trying to hold his lane. Oh, he just got shoved from behind. Carter just shoved him right into Truex. Continues to push him into Kurt Busch. Busch gets sideways in the center of the corner and saves it. Keselowski shot out of a cannon up the middle as well. Bobby Carter about caused an accident there, pushing in the middle of the corner. Saw how bad that was at Michigan in the last race. Nearly had another big wreck here at Chicagoland. Carter to the inside. Schneider loses the bottom that time. Still gets around Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez. All these drivers on pressured tires are trying to work their way to the front, passing these drivers on older tires. Kurt Busch just shoved Schneider out of the way now, and he had to get out of the gas on top of it. Contact with the back of Byron. Tried to get out of the way in time and couldn't. Absolute madness. Chad Fincham just got into him now, too. Reddick all the way up high. 4 wide, Reddick, what a move! Schneider's going to try to follow the hole, and he got squeezed into the wall by David Reagan. The hole closed up quickly after Reddick got through. Schneider down to the apron where it might be safer through the tri-oval. Kyle Busch shoved him all the way up the racetrack, nearly into the wall. Truex on the outside of Schneider really took the air off that right rear corner panel. And now everybody that did not pit under that last caution is going to be pitting right now. At least some of them are coming onto pit road as we speak. It's going to trap a lot of them a lap down if we don't go green to the end of the stage. don't think we've had a green flag lap long or a green flag run longer than 15 laps today. A little loose at the center of the corner again. Truex makes the pass. Kevin Harvick back out in front here at Chicagoland. Oh, we got trouble. Somebody smoking through the tri-oval. And it's Kyle Busch. Busch with a problem. Oh, Fitchum just ran into the side of the 99. Trying to get out of the way of Kyle Busch. A little contact down into turn 1. Schneider made it through. Kyle Busch trying to limp it to pit road. He's in the wall right now in turns 1 and 2. He has blown a tire likely. I don't think that's an engine issue because he could not get off the wall. Schneider now inside the top 15 for the first time today, and a tough break there for Kyle Busch. The one on the last mile and a half we were at Kansas will not win here today at Chicagoland. We've seen the rest of these guys come down to pit road very shortly. It's a 2 pit stop race, though, to the end of the stage for everybody who didn't pit during that caution. 1 stop for everybody else. End of the Club Championship this weekend. Yeah, wish you good luck. NASCAR's on some stuff. I'm assuming you're referring to race staying green. Kyle Busch blowing a tire there through the tri-oval and in the wall in turns 1 and 2. Longer into this run, Schneider's able to keep pace with Truex, and we know he's got a faster car. He did lead 1 lap at the very beginning of the race. Lap number 2 to be exact. Been pretty strong on these intermediates a lot this season. The front runners for the regular season championship. And win to show for 8 stage wins for Truex on this career mode season. Past Tyler Reddick, and now we have a caution. Caution is out. A few laps before we were going to be seeing more green flag pit stops. Kevin Harvick out in front. So now everybody that pitted is going to be taking the waiver on except for Corey LaJoie. He is going to stay a lap down. Kyle Busch will not return to this race. He is done for the day. This is going to be interesting, but they're going to be on older tires now too, with taking the waiver around, and they're still likely going to have to pit before the end of this stage. A few seconds of damage there on the 19 as well.
Has the green flag in his hand. Ready?
Green flag back in the air. Probably another wild and crazy restart coming our way after our 6th caution already of the race for incident. We are late in stage number 2. 13 to go on the restart. Everybody that pitted during the stage break can make it on fuel. Schneider not even going to battle. He's going to try to get out of everybody. Purposely go to the outside. Around there. Now we'll dive to the bottom after letting 4 cars get around him. over the back bumper of some of these guys. Oh, it's going to get back underneath 3 wide on the 21 and 3. Well, you let him go just to get right back underneath him again. Cole Custer going to follow him on through there as well. So much for that. Those guys are still showing a lap down. Somebody must have stayed out on the lead lap for those guys to not get the wave around. With them staying out and not getting the wave around, that is problematic, to say the least. Yeah, again, my race pick is Kyle Larson. I don't like spoiling it before the predictions video, but I feel like that's the obvious pick for this weekend. I mean, how could it not be? I mean, you could say Blaney, I guess, because he did win earlier this year, but Larson dominated that race. And again, like I said, it would be a shorter race. He's got to be the favorite. And 3x3 battling for that free pass position back there in 21st. Actually, Newman's ahead of Schneider in 21st. I don't think there's another lap car that passed him on that restart. Actually, I think Christopher Bell did. I believe he's the next car ahead of Schneider still. These guys likely have to pit to the end of the stage also. They're going to lose even more laps. That's the benefit for Schneider, because I don't think he had a top 30 car on normal speed today. But going off strategy and seeing those guys get trapped a lap down like they did, that's going to help him. 7 laps to go, currently in stage number 2. I think him running 19th right now is pretty solid. Caution! Late in stage 2, we get a yellow. Got some drivers pitting, some staying out. Harvick Keselowski going to hit pit road. Oh boy, a lot of these guys are going to be hitting the pits now. All of a sudden, looked like they were going to stay out. Now they're going to pit. Ryan Newman gets a free pass in 21st. Nearly every lap car is going to pit as well. Top 6 stay out, Schneider one of which. And we're only going to have a couple laps to go on this restart. Green flag back in the air at Chicagoland. Schneider didn't get the greatest launch. Gets to the bottom behind Bobby Carter. So everybody from 7th on back on the restart on fresh tires. Schneider trying to block Harvick into the corner, and he kind of clipped the apron. Still going to get a decent launch now in the center, and look at Harvick. About shoved the 99 right around. Keselowski up the middle. Harvick still pushing Schneider. Harvick side drafted him aggressively though. 2 laps to go in the stage as everybody's battling for stage points. Oh, Logano just drives it into the side of the 99. He slides all the way up the racetrack. Reddick kind of makes contact in the middle of it, and around goes Tyler Reddick. Schneider jams the brakes and gets rained into from behind. Heavy contact with Reddick as they crash down the backstretch, and already another caution. Our 9th of the race through 2 stages. Luckily, only 1 second of damage there for Schneider. It all started when Logano just drove into the side of Schneider. Ran him all the way up the track, and then Reddick just came in there full throttle and tried to fight through everything without contact, but he made the contact with Schneider, who was much slower after the contact with Logano, and a heavy crash there. All that track position lost. Repassed to Bubba Wallace at the stage break.
Almost ready.
Green flag back in the air after Brad Keselowski wins stage 2, and Schneider again just spun the tires on the restart. He's just going to get out of everybody's way. You wouldn't see that usually to start the final stage. But Schneider felt like he had to do it considering how crazy this has been, and he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time for that last caution. We got 3x3 up there. They're about to wreck again. 9 cautions, a 50% race, and we're only through the first 2 stages. It's just been a wreck fest so far. Meanwhile, at the front, Harvick, Truex, Keselowski battling. Truex has the advantage for now. Harvick won stage 1. Keselowski, I believe, won stage 2 there. And both ended under cautions. Can you imagine if we were running a full race here tonight? They would not be racing this aggressively, though, if we weren't running a full race. There'd be no way. I'm trying to alternate through the different camera angles as much as I can, too, because we were not able to do it at Sonoma in the first race today, so that's why we haven't really ran with the normal camera a whole lot. 50 laps to go. Schneider's just playing the trends, trying to stay out back. He does not want to DNF 2 races in a row, anything close to it there. Definitely be the Kyle and Kyle show at Atlanta this weekend again. I'd be down. It'd be a fun battle on the slick Atlanta racetrack. Especially as soon as it's going to be hot. On top of it already being bumpy, man, those cars are going to be sliding around like crazy. Even with the high downforce, they're going to be sliding around like crazy. An afternoon race too. It'd be a fun watch. Hamlin cycles to the lead. He's trying to be the first driver to win 3 races this year. We now have 4 drivers with 2 wins. Of the 12 drivers total that have won at least 1 race. 48 laps to go here tonight at Chicagoland. Who is going to get the win? Trouble, turn 2, car on the wall. Coming down the racetrack, oh, right in front of the 99 who clips him on the right rear. Ross Chastain was the car that spun. Schneider kept going lower and lower and lower off turn 2 and still got clipped at the last second. Another caution here tonight, our 10th of the race. And even while trying to hang out at the back of the pack to stay out of the accidents, he still gets involved. And luckily does not have heavy enough damage and is still running in this race. Everybody's going to be pitting now, except for just a couple cars in the lead lap are going to stay out. Just waiting on Carter, and no, Bobby Carter stays out of the pits. He's the only driver to stay out there. Everybody else lap down or lead lap all pit.
Ready? Green, green, green.
Carter, I believe, leading maybe his first laps of the season on a non-super speedway, leads the field to the green in the final stage here at Chicagoland. Got a good launch despite being on older tires. He's going to stack everybody up down the back straightaway. Carter's in the middle now. He is 4 wide again on turn 4 behind. My goodness.
Nice and easy, you're 3 wide. Inside, 3 wide. Car outside, hold the line.
Carter's up high. Oh, Quinn Half just drilled Schneider. Meanwhile, Corey LaJoy goes for a slide further back. Timmy Hill just ran into the side of the 99. There is just no regard for anybody's personal space in this race here tonight.
Still there. Inside. You got room, you're clear there. You got a car low now. Clear low. Hold your line, got one outside. You got room, you're clear there. Car outside. Car on the outside now. Still there inside. You got room, you're clear.
Kevin Harvick back to the point.
Careful.
He leads the field here at Chicagoland.
Car outside, hold the line.
Schneider again just going to back out of the game. I mean, it didn't work for him the first time he let everybody go, but he'll try it again right here. Loses a spot to Matt DiBenedetto, who just got the free pass as well, but drivers out of the race, still 3 by 3 at the back. Sure, it's similar up towards the front of the field as well. 39 laps to go, still probably 2 pit stops left to the end of the race. Kurt Busch now out in front, also looking for a second win. DiBenedetto just made a 4 wide pass in turns 1 and 2, and I don't think any of them, no, none of them were for position. Goodness. It's been one of those crazy races and I don't think anybody expected coming into this one here at Chicagoland tonight. And we have seen 10 cautions in a 50% race, and we still got 38 laps left to the finish. 9 of them in the first 2 stages combined. Only 1 so far in the final stage, but that could change going forward here. We're not even to lap 100. Can you imagine in an actual NASCAR race seeing 10 cautions in the first 100 laps? My goodness. On a mile and a half, nonetheless. And we have seen in the middle of this pack, especially, how many drivers are so aggressive. I mean, that last restart, Schneider just got ran into from about 2 cars. And we had that accident around at the end of, actually, it's an end stage 2 when Logano just drilled him in the side, and then Reddick pretty much had nowhere to go. He piled into it, and he just get ran over from behind at that point. Already 3 and 4 wide on that restart, too. Well, this is the final time we're going to alternate through the camera angles, then we'll go back to the normal cam for the finish. We now have 5 drivers out of the race as well. Or sorry, no, Bobby Carter's on pit road. Still 4 drivers out of the race right now. Bobby Carter's in the pits after staying out of the pits in that last caution. I have no clue why he decided to do that. Way too early in the race. We still had, at the time, probably 2 pit stops left to the finish yet. We might have 1 more from now, but plus so much track position on that restart, I don't think it's going to matter too much. Fincham with a block. But Chad Fincham in 21st. That's a good run here tonight for Fincham. He's outside the top 30 in points. And now we get another caution, our 11th of the race. Clint Boyer goes for a spin off of turn 2. Matt DiBenedetto involved. Christopher Bell gets the free pass in 23rd. Ryan Blaney just took the lead before the caution. And more pit stops. It's going to put us right on the window on making this maybe one more stop to the finish beyond this caution. It has just been one of those races here tonight at Chicagoland. Should have known after that first caution back on lap 9. And the way stage 1 and 2 ended, of course, as well with cautions.
All right, man. You're coming to the
Green
green.
flag back in the air.
Ready. Inside.
Lee Schneider's still on the lead lap. Somehow in the top 20 as well. 30 laps to go at Chicagoland.
Got one down low now. Hold your line. Got one inside.
Everybody hit pit road during that caution as well.
Outside, outside.
3x3, Schneider's going to get out of the gas into the tri-oval, and he's just going to let these guys barrel around him again. So again, just choosing to stay out of trouble. Needs to use the same chassis at Pocono for the doubleheader as well. So he's just being the owner situation now, just dropping to the back. Obviously, you know, knowing whenever the final run of the race is going to be, that's when he's going to have to go for it, but he feels that there's still going to be another caution or two to the end of this race. Stay out of trouble, keep this car in the race, and maybe you'll have a chance to win. I think you can blame him the way this has gone. By the way, Clint Boyer is still in this race after being involved in that last caution as well as Matt DiBenedetto, and they're both, I believe, on the lead lap. I know DiBenedetto is. I would assume Boyer was as well. But I could be wrong on that. Ryan Blaney at the front right now, trying to win his first race of the season, and with this being the lottery race it has been so far, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a new winner. Already 12 different winners this season. This is only the 17th race of the year. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Yeah, unfortunately, DNF at Sonoma. Not a strong car here tonight at Chicagoland, but it seems like when we get the track position, we just physically get moved out of the way. We'll go to the normal cameras now to the end of the race. 25 laps to go here tonight at Chicagoland. Yeah, we were only 30 laps into the race, too, so that's why we ended up running our second race here tonight, Ace. I think Bobby Carter lost not only 1 but 2 laps after having to pit under green here in the final stage as well. As he stayed out to take the waiver on that time, then he's 1 lap down. Either way, it definitely took him out of any sort of a position to maybe even get a top 10 tonight, the way things have gone, honestly.
Yellow's out. Back
Caution. 23 to go, and already, what, our 12th caution of the race now? Car in the grass. Looks like Tyler Reddick has gone for a spin in turns 3 and 4. what a race that this has been. Nearly everybody is coming down onto pit road once again. Ryan Preece gets the free pass now in 24th, and will this be the run to the finish? As scared as Schneider is right now, I think he's going to have to go for it to the finish of this race. Panthers Nation, welcome to the stream. Any online racing? We do on occasion, but usually the full race live streams of the realistic broadcasts. On the road to becoming a NASCAR commentator.
Keep your head on straight. Be ready.
Right on that journey. Subscribe if you're new. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Christopher Bell wins the race off pit road. Actually, he might have stayed out of the pits under the caution. It looked like we did have a couple guys stay out of the pits. Blaney and Kurt Busch, who were battling for the lead, were in 4th and 5th on the restart. Big stack up there off turn 2 behind Schneider. I'll give him a little bit of separation. I think he'll take it. Kevin Harvick quickly to the lead now. Went Half up inside the top 25 out of nowhere. With 18 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Will they make it to the finish? We've had 12 cautions so far tonight. They still might not be over. It's been intense since the drop of the green flag, and I'm sure it's only going to continue to stay that way. But Schneider is committed now and having a race and not drop to the back, because this could be the final restart. They are a few laps short on fuel to the end of this race as well. Suarez almost got into the back of the 99 off of turn 4. Went to the apron to take the shortcut. He just got blown around. He does not have a good short run car. A little bit of a stack up there off turn 2 now. Push from Cole Custer, and yes, Bell is on older tires. That'll be another pass for position. Schneider gets around him for 21st.
Got one outside now. Got one outside now.
16 laps to go. Barely squeezed through.
Still there.
Start to own your team like me. There you go. Oh, when you get to your 10th season, you're seeing the struggles from our early team. You don't feel like trying to overconquer it. Again, this is on the hardest difficulty too, so do it as difficult as possible. Seems like Schneider's a little bit tighter on this run. Did make a little contact with Corey LaJoy on the front bumper. It doesn't look like it actually registered in for any damage though. 14 laps to go at Chicagoland. He's trying to run it hard to the finish. Already 10.5 seconds off the lead, but needs a top 15 to keep this incentive bonus alive. Actually needs top 15 for 4 consecutive races, so not a good start for that here tonight. Gonna do it on Legend. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it is a miracle that we won the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. Couldn't have picked. I don't think I could have dreamt of winning those as my first 2 career races in my rookie season, especially the 500 in a first career race. The new team, that was so huge. I mean, we could have been running outside the top 30 a lot early in the year, but because winning that race gave us over $1 million right out of the gate, really jump-started this team to an instant 80 overall team, which it should not have been. Kurt Busch has just gotten around Ryan Blaney about a half a lap ago now. He leads this race. Jack Benchup's still up there in 21st.
Careful, still there. You're on.
Will this go green to the finish? Everybody, well, Bell's really the only one that stayed out during that last caution. 11 laps to go. We've still got guys short on fuel at the end of this race. Again, what is the strategy going to play like to the finish? Schneider 3 wide down low. Underneath Half and Reagan. Reagan for position. Schneider inside the top 20. This goes green to the end. Starting to pick up the pace later into this run. Can he get a top 15 out of it? 10 to go here at Chicagoland. Kurt Busch out in front, looking for his second win of the season. He just got around Ryan Preece for position now. The lap cars, Jimmy Johnson, Michael McDowell, Austin Dillon right around him. He will be the first driver to hit pit road. Schneider's committing to staying out of the pits as long as he possibly can here. He does not want to have to pit under green the way all these cautions have played out. I don't think he feels that the cautions are done flying tonight. Things are kind of spaced apart, though, off this restart, maybe more so than what we've seen so far, but we have seen some tire failures already tonight as well. Just swings underneath Stenhouse. One driver on pit road right now. I believe that's Bell, because again, he stayed out of the pits during that last caution, so he had a few laps less of fuel than everybody else. 7 laps to go. Schneider pressing hard, even later into this tire stint, full throttle through 1 and 2. Got a run now through the tri-oval. Down to the bottom on Chris Buescher and Bubba Wallace, and now up to 17th. Clears them both before getting into turn 1, taking that shortcut down to the apron through the tri-oval, and Schneider is starting to close on that top 15 finish. I think we failed each of the first like 3 or 4 incentive bonuses we tried for this season, unfortunately. Schneider's going to stay out one more lap. Right front's starting to wear out quite a bit, down to 18% through the tri-oval. 5 laps to go as we have our first takers onto pit road. Schneider gets around to Benedetto now for 15th on the racetrack. Schneider's going to pit this time by. Has to. Kurt Busch, race leader, into the pits. Got to make sure you do not speed. This is going to be the first and only green flag stop of the day. Schneider going to try to come in hot. Trying to gain a lot of ground on these guys. He slides, getting into the corner. 45 miles an hour onto pit road. He made it in. I don't know if he gained time, but may have lost a little bit. He's going to go right sides only. And it is going to be 1 can of fuel, half a tank only. They're going to put 5% more tape on the race car. They're going to put a half a round of wedge into it as well. Minor adjustments here. And we'll see if we get any more fuel only or right side only pit stops for the rest of the field, knowing there's only a couple laps to go to the finish. Not the fastest pit crew here for Schneider either. He's trying to gain time. The leaders, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, make their way off. Will we get a caution in the middle of green flag stop? Schneider going to cycle out now. Tough to say if he really gained any time. He's in 12th for now, and Bubba Wallace is still on the racetrack. Bubba Wallace has not pit. Bring the car out of fuel. This guy's even getting up to speed quicker than Schneider right now also. Schneider wants the top 15 finish as he blocks Boyer off of turn 4. Boyer's going to get around him. Logano into the back of him. Remember, Joey about shoved him into the wall a little earlier. Bowman comes up the racetrack. Logano gets into the back of Bowman coming out of the pits. Yeah, these guys definitely took 4 tires because Schneider is getting rocketed around right now. Up high to block Logano. Logano puts Schneider in the wall up in turn 4. 2 to go. We stay green. Eric Jones coming in hot. Final lap is in the air. It is the white flag lap for Kevin Harvick to try and get his 2nd win of the season here at Chicagoland. Schneider's got Eric Jones behind him at the line as Schneider tries to get a top 15 with his 2-tire strategy. I don't know if he's going to hold on. He's got about 4 cars behind him. Down the back straightaway. Almirola's going to give him a push now. A little bump drafting going on. Schneider now going to get split 3 wide into the corner by Jones and Almirola. He is 15th. Keselowski just gets around him to the finish. Checkered flag is already in the air. Kevin Harvick is going to win at Chicagoland. Benedetto grabs a spot from Schneider at the last second, and he was a little less than a half a lap away from getting the top 15. And ultimately, the 2-tire strategy did not pan out. He was in 17th when the pit stop started. He finished 17th, so it didn't hurt him taking 2 tires. He gave himself a chance. 2nd win of the year for Kevin Harvick. There was Brendan Gaughan. My goodness, that was a wild accident. He flipped earlier in stage 1. 20 cars finished on the lead lap here tonight. And there's a look at the finishing results. Sorry, Denny Hamlin won one of the stages, not Keselowski earlier. My bad on that one. Kevin Harvick ended up again with the win, with a stage win. Ryan Blaney so close to getting his 1st win of the year. He finishes 2nd. Kurt Busch in 3rd. Denny Hamlin 4th. Again, we mentioned Hamlin won stage number 1. Martin Truex Jr. 5th. Chase Elliott 6th, Ryan Newman 7th, William Byron 8th, Matt Kenseth 9th, and Clint Boyer rounds out the top 10. Schneider goes home 17th. Better than what his car was capable of, that's for sure. Boy, what a wreck fest. I'm surprised we actually went green for the final 18 laps to the finish. I was not expecting that. Considering how... that had to have been the longest green flag run of the race, considering we had... 12 cautions in this one? It was only 200 miles. We've seen all the wrecks there on the final. Ooh, man, Kenseth's got a huge piece of Reddick when he spun. That was in the final stage. Gosh, you don't do that. Yeah, again, I don't do that. I don't do that. Sorry, 17. Yeah, we could have, like, dumped Eric Jones into Keselowski there and 3 and 4 to get the top 15. But, well, that's what, our 4th or 5th failed incentive bonus now. Not getting that bonus money, that's hurting us. Point standings are not accurate. Not all the playoff standings are accurate either. The only thing accurate with this is the drivers who have actually won a race this season. That looked like a super speedway crash there for Brendan Gaughan. My goodness. Keep playing that back over and over again in the background. But, yeah, there's the drivers with wins. 2 for Hamlin, 2 for Harvick, 2 for Logano, 1 for Truex, 1 for Kyle Busch, 1 for Keselowski, 1 for Kurt Busch, 1 for Johnson, 2 for Almirola as well, 1 for Jones, 2 for Keegan Schneider, and 1 for Chad Fincham, who had a decent finish here today at least. Kurt Busch had the fastest lap, 30.012. 70 laps led for Harvick today on top of winning a stage and the race. So I guess through all the carnage, he was out in front the most. And he will be the one in victory lane as well. I did not see that coming going into this race, that's for sure. wild for maybe all the wrong reasons, but we survived ourselves. I mean, we got a top 20 out of it. Not something really just, you know, ride home about, but at least we got to the end of the race considering. I mean, there was a couple, especially that Ross Chastain accident, it looked like we were definitely going to DNF in that one. Four top 15 finishes. Yeah, they were close. They didn't even get the first one. Ricky Stenhouse, you better be careful. Your dirty driving is making some people mad. This is the guy that wrecked us out at Sonoma. And you guys saw in this race, we were just getting pushed around like crazy. I don't think I even ran into somebody without somebody running me into them first in this race. I'm going to insult Ricky. See, yeah, he wrecked me at Sonoma. Unintentionally, but he was a little careless trying to get back onto the racetrack with me on the outside of him. Well, maybe we get 4 top 15s now. Doubt it, but go back to the 100% race lengths for the next few races. I believe the next one, let's look at the schedule here. We got 2 more 50% races this year. I want to do them in the regular season. We'll probably do one at Kentucky. Yeah, we'll probably do one at Kentucky and then Dover is likely where we're going to do the final 2 50% races this season. So Kentucky and Dover will be those races. But yeah, Pocono doubleheader coming up next on the channel. Race 1 of the doubleheader will be tomorrow on the channel. Start time is going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will run race 2 on Friday night, assuming we obviously don't DNF in the next race. But yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. So Thursday night, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pocono doubleheader will begin. Back-to-back races at Pocono on the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and then we'll likely end up going 6 o'clock on Friday night as well. Well, it's going to be between 5:30 and 6. I think we're going to have to go 5:30 on the second Pocono race. So 6 o'clock tomorrow, and then 5:30 on Friday, because remember, we're doing a full race broadcast of the Truck Series race at Knoxville on Friday night as well. So you'll want to tune in for that. We'll have a live leaderboard on the channel for the race as well. Should have it, assuming it's available for the Truck and Xfinity Series 2, like it was for the Cup. I was able to get that graphic on. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for your support as always. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for subscribing, by the way, Panthers Nation. And anybody new or old to the channel, on the road to becoming a NASCAR commentator. Thanks. Again, I say it over and over and over again because I really do mean it. Thanks for your appreciation and support. I will see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. NASCAR Heat 5 career mode at Pocono.